You've read the title right. Nobody cares how much you lift. They only care if you look like you can. Okay? So this is the most brutal video I'm ever gonna make, and it's just a reality check for most of you lifters out there. Nobody cares how much you can lift, okay? So you've been going to the gym and you've been consistently hitting PRs. Your bench is going up, your squat's going up, your deadlift is going up, but then your physique doesn't look like it's changed, right? Like you notice it in the mirror, and then you see online like most people are exposing these influencers for taking steroids and all, like they're taking steroids and like this and all. You should not expect that much from the gym, but no, even that's false, because you've gotten, like, no one's complimenting you, right? No one notices that you've been going to the gym. There's no difference. And in order to cope with this, you're probably gonna search online for body positivity or some videos like where they show that um the reality of 13 years of lifting. Like you you've seen a average looking guy who barely looks like he goes to the gym, and he's been lifting for like 13 years in reality. Yeah, you're probably gonna end up like that unless you do not follow the proper program, okay? And here's the fact: the real world does not care about your numbers, right? Most people, they only train for their ego. They only train to improve their numbers. They want to see more weight on the bar, okay? But in real life, have you ever like faced someone who has asked you a question about how much you lift? Unless they go to the gym, right? So obviously a gym goer is gonna ask you how much you lift because um he sees you lift, that's why. Or if you tell him that you lift, then yeah, he's probably gonna ask. But if you tell someone that you go to a gym and they do not go to the gym, then what's gonna happen is they probably won't ask you how much you lift. They'll just tell, oh, nice, good progress so far. Like, they won't be mean to you. Like, they'll try to be nice. So here's what builds the real physique: broad shoulders, small waist, defined arms, and obviously chiseled legs. Okay, like, you all are just looking at reels with like the Sigma lifter who wears a hoodie and goes to the gym and squats this much weight, and like the the introverted Sigma lifter or whatever you guys see, and you guys think this is how it should be. But no, if you go to the gym, you might as well see results for it, right? You're spending all this time. You're spending so much money. You're spending so much of your time. Like, imagine, let's say you go to the gym like 3 days, 4 days a week, 1 hour each session, and considering your driving and getting ready and all, probably consider like 1.5 hours. So you're probably spending like 4 or 5 hours a week. How many weeks are there in a year? 52. So you're spending 250 hours of an entire year lifting. Okay, you're spending 10 days of an entire year in the gym, and you still do not look like you lift. Okay, now this video is just like a reality check. Okay, as for the why, I will include a video in the cards to like show you the why, like why you're not seeing results and why you do not look like you lift. Okay, and the reason is, like, in the simplest terms, like, you're training for strength, not aesthetics. All you're doing is just going to the gym and just like adding on weight and like doing very less reps. Okay, what you're doing with this is you're just building strength. Okay, you're just building power. Okay, like, have you seen power lifters? Like, not the not the world record holders, but obviously, but like there are some very skinny powerlifters. Like they can bench almost double their body weight, and they should look incredibly skinny. Why do you think that's the case? Because they train the same way you do with heavy weights and low reps. Okay. Now, if you tell me that you are training with light weights, not light weights, but like moderate to heavy weights and like moderate to high reps, and you still do not look like you lift, then I'll have a video pop up in the cards to show you the reasons for that, the reasons why you're not building muscle. Okay. So basically, lifting heavy does not mean you look good. Okay. Most people have fallen under this impression that lifting heavy means they look good. Okay, obviously, this is not mean like I'm not trying to say that progressive overload is bad. It's good, right? But people misapply it. People think that if they just go to the gym and like work on their one rep maxes and they go on these bench press specialization routines like benching 4 times a week, they think that like going from a like if they get plateaued on a 225 bench and like they just go on some crazy bench press specialization routine and they go from 225 to 350, they expect their chest to look bigger, but in the reality it's probably going to look the same. You're just gonna put on a lot of fat because for powerlifting you gotta eat a lot and you gotta put on fat to like move the weight better. So your central nervous system gets stronger when you lift heavy, not your muscles. Okay, so you're basically training your nervous system or your nerves to like use the muscle more efficiently. Okay, in reality we only use up to 30, not 30, like untrained people use 20% of their maximum muscle capacity, but elite athletes can probably hit 30 to 40%. Okay, so most people just train that, like they do not train to look good, they train to lift heavy, which is probably not a good idea unless you want to look good. Like if you want to become a powerlifter, then by all means go ahead. Okay. Now again, I'm not saying that lifting, like progressing to heavier weights is a bad thing. All I'm saying is that you should not be thinking that you should go lower in reps so that you can put on strength faster and therefore you will magically put on more muscle. Okay. Now the opposite of this is also true. You should not go extreme light weights and extreme heavy reps. Like you see those prisoner style workouts, like 100 push-ups every single day and my chest transformation and this and that. No, all of that is fake. All of that is just a like it's just a swelling of the muscle. Because what happens when you do 100 push-ups? Your chest muscles just get filled up with lactic acid. Okay. Now, if you're training your muscle to be filled with fluid, then obviously it's gonna be expanded with more fluid to compensate so that your body does not have to keep on repeatedly just pumping on fluid. Okay? It's not gonna put on actual strength. So you gotta find that sweet spot between powerlifting and just training for the pump or endurance style lifting. Okay? So if you want to look like you lift, you have to focus on muscle shape, proportions, and symmetry. Okay? You gotta prioritize your delts, especially the delts. Okay? Your delts, chest, back, and arms. Okay? And you should also stay lean. Okay? The most like the most of the people make the mistake of like um, bulking up too much and then thinking that it's gonna make them look better. Like I think you've seen those videos where like people refer to being under 200 pounds as victim weight or like something like that. Well, first of all, if you see any good-looking athlete, I'm gonna guarantee you 95% of the time they're under 200 pounds. Okay, so you should stay lean. Okay, like you should not like if you're above around 16 to 17% body fat, you should start cutting, okay? Like you should start cutting if you're above 16 to 17% body fat. Like, but if you're skinny fat, then you should recomp, obviously, okay? And for people who say that recomping does not work, then they clearly have been doing it the wrong way, okay? So I also have a video linked down in the description where I explain how skinny fats should train in order to look good, okay? And yeah, the last point is do not train for pump and density. Looks like I accidentally kept the word pump there, but I think I meant muscle mass, not the pump, okay? So yeah, do not get wrong information out there. So get real with yourself, man. Like, are you just chasing numbers for your ego, or are you building a body that turns heads? Like, what do you want? Um, More weight on the bar, or more attention from people, and like more people actually noticing that you lift. Okay, so this is just a reality check on like most people getting caught up in the trap of like just randomly wanting to like put on a bunch of strength for some random reason. Like even I was a victim to this. Like I spent my first year lifting to just be strong. Okay, like I just wanted to prove to everybody that I'm strong, I'm strong. But in reality, I looked even weaker because I used to boast that I was strong. Like I could deadlift like 225, and I was like 50 kilos. Okay, I was deadlifting like double my body weight, and I was boasting about that, being skinny. So I looked even weaker and more insecure. Okay, so yeah, get real with yourself, man. And yeah, like and subscribe if you want to transform my body in 90 days. Link in the description. And yeah, I'll see you there.